Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are tuning in from today. We are going to do our 30-minute group study again. So we're going to start off with gratitude. We always want to start with gratitude. Put us in that highest emotional state of appreciation, of joy, of gratefulness. That is our connection to source energy. Then I want you to write out your C-type goal, your fantasy goal, what you really want. Write that out and then quietly visualize it through your own eyes. Bring it alive in your imagination. Then you're going to write out your My Paradigm Shift statement with your non-dominant hand. So the hand that you don't usually write with every day. Write that out with your opposite hand. It simulates and it reminds you of what it feels like to change a paradigm, the focus, the dedication, what can go on in your head in the process of making a paradigm shift. So it's symbolic, but it works, and it helps you to stay focused then with the other shifts that you want to make. And then we're going to do the this time next year activity again. So I want you to think about this time next year, write the date with 2025 on it, and then write out what you see for yourself. I'm so happy and grateful now that, and describe the changes that you have made over the last year. Describe the new results you've created. Describe how you feel in yourself. Describe where you will be, what's going on in your life. So you're probably in the 10 pages, get 1 or 2 pages written on that. And that's sort of essentially free writing in the sense that just write what you see, write what comes to you, write what you would love. It's an activity of moving from the conscious mind to the subconscious mind. We're going to write for at least 10 minutes. So we're well and truly getting into the subconscious mind if we just write for 10 minutes. At the end of this week, you'll sort of see some patterns or some themes there, but that can get you really focused on what's important for you to focus on. Remember, when we get dedicated, disciplined, and focused around our life and around our mindset, our results can begin to change. I was reflecting last night that it's been more than 10 years now since I started studying with Bob Proctor. That's more than 3,770 days plus, as a roundabout figure of waking up every day and studying to improve the quality of my life. And Bob really showed me how to study in a way that would improve the quality of my life. And I really have. I've studied every day, no matter where I am, who I'm with. So all of these little tips and guidance that I give you, I've practiced, I've studied, I've tried, I've used, and they all contribute to help you also tap into your superpowers and create what you really want. So let's get into it today. I'll put the music on for you. You can self-manage your way through the study with the times being a guide. I'm here if you've got questions. Type them in the chat and I'll check back in with you at the end of the call. Any questions? Anyone need any help this morning? All right, we have our TIR call this morning. So review where you're up to with your lesson so far. Do the 3Rs exercise. So review what you've learned, rethink your goal, rewrite any action steps that you can take. Always be thinking about, we always want to work from the inside to the outside, highest level to the lowest level of who you are. But then the knowing doing gap. So I was coaching in a circle yesterday in one-on-one calls, and I had a conversation with someone who really has too much on their plate, is doing too much, is just too much. And I said, you can go and continue to do these conferences and events and different things. I said, but what you really do is just gathering more information, knowing more. I said, you already know how you could be doing better. You already know there's capacity in the company. What has to shift is the knowing doing gap. We have to change the paradigm and take what we know and begin to close the gap. So have a think about, where you'd rate yourself in terms of your personal performance, where you know what to do, but you're not doing it. And before you rush off and add another training or a conference or, gathering more information, focus here, right? Hello, good morning, Eddie the Eagle. All right, I'm nearly finished, darling. Oh, you got your lions. Okay. Focus here and really look at closing that knowing doing gap. Really, I want you to really be thinking, what action am I actually taking to behave and line up with what I am imagining, what I am visualizing? Because if you're visualizing you want something, you better make sure that your behavior and your actions show it and you close that gap. So just something for you to think about. Again, just we can know more, but it doesn't necessarily mean we do more. So what are we doing? What action are you taking to close the gap? Just reflect on that. I'll share the story. Why I got into teaching it and talking about that yesterday was because I was listening to lesson 12 of Thinking into Results in the car on Monday or Sunday. And he shares a great example in there of a sales agent, insurance sales agent, who knocked it out of the park. And anyway, we can talk about that on the TIR call today, but there was a great message in there about really being able to look at yourself and be able to say, well, look, I already know how I could be doing better, and closing that knowing doing gap. So what is that knowing doing gap for you? What are you going to do to close it? Let's think about that. All right, I will head off. No problem at all. That's okay. Thank you, Nicole, and thank you, Susan, for letting me know. Enjoy it. And as you do the workshop today, both of you, if you are in training, make a decision. How am I going to execute on this? Like, what is the paradigm shift I need to make to act on it? Or what action am I going to take at the end of the workshop? So at the end of the workshop, I want you to think about 3 action items, 3 things that really resonated from you from the workshop that you're going to integrate with your self-image, that you're going to integrate with your habits, and then what action are you going to take out of it? And all of you can do that. If you're gathering pieces of information, this is why I've always said that it doesn't matter what else you're doing, TIR will always be here. I'll always be here for you to help you integrate it, because we've got to then integrate it into our self-image. We've got to integrate it into our habits. So if you are studying something else or doing a course or learning something new or another workshop, then bring it back to the lesson with you. Bring it back to the TIR framework. Bring it back to what's here for you. Okay, what really resonated with me? How does that line up with my self-image script? What am I going to do with it? How am I going to act on it? And then how is it leading me towards my goal? And then, bring it all into alignment, that you are continually facing up in the one direction, right? That you got all of the little electrons in your body facing in the one direction, that you're magnetizing yourselves to the outcome that you want, that you're not going off in different directions. So no matter what you're doing, bring it back to the center, How does this align? How is this helping me close the gap? What did I learn from it? What am I going to act on from it? How am I integrating this into how I'm now thinking and behaving? And then do that repetition work around it. Okay, awesome. All right, have a wonderful day. We'll see you all soon. Bye.
Bye.